Ndërkohë kalojmë në sheshin Skënderbej, atje ku ka nisur aktiviteti në përkujtim të 4 vjetorit të luftës mes Rusisë dhe Ukrainës.
So it's one of those things when we gather, and it is heartwarming to gather and to be here, but at the same time we all wish we don't gather again. And in this time of fatigue, of really being discouraged, of being shifted among different fires everywhere, different attentions, globally, locally, in the political, in the existential context, we still want to make the point that Tirana stands with Ukraine as it has stood from the first day. And not just Tirana, but everybody who stands for justice, everybody who stands for freedom, and everybody who stands for human dignity. Because at the end, it is all what we are here for. Not just us, but all our kids and everybody who's going to come after us. So on this day, like all the other days in these 4 last years, we still wanted to be here with the same decision, with the same sustenance, with the same support, and be as much as we can be together and in support of our friends, of our brothers and sisters, of our sister city in Kiev, of our sister city in Kharkov, and say that we're still here. Tirana is still here, Albania stands here for everybody in any way that we can help, in any way that we can support. And even if the noise gets louder, we will be even louder to scream for justice, to scream for what is right and what is owed to the Ukrainian people. Thank you everybody for coming, and it's really nice and heartwarming to have you here like you were here from the first day. Thank you.
Juftoj të shohim një video. Fjala për zotin Alarmon Shkurov, ambasador I jashtëzakonshëm dhe fuqiplot I Ukrainës në Republikën e Shqipërisë.
Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, Honorable Acting Mayor of Tirana, Mrs. Anuela Ristani, Deputies, Honorable Madame Spahiu, dear fellow Ukrainians, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Today marks 4 years since the beginning of Russia's full-scale aggression against Ukraine. 4 years ago, on the morning of February 24th, the world awoke to a horrific reality that many believed had been left in the past forever. Russia launched a war of aggression.
Rusia lëshoi një agresion,
It destroyed a sovereign state,
duke sulmuar një
silenced
shtet sovran
information, and forcibly redrawn its internationally recognized borders.
duke tentuar të ndryshojë
This war
kufit
was
e saj.
not Ukraine's choice. Ukraine did not choose war, but
Ukraina
Ukraine chose
nuk
resistance.
zgjodhi luftën, por zgjodhi rezistencën.
Now my people have been defending their
Prej 4
fundamental
vitesh,
right to life.
Njerëzit e mi
We are
po
defending not
mbrojnë
only our
drejtën e
land
tyre
and
për
our
të jetuar. Po
Also the core
mbrojmë
principles
ëndrat dhe të
upon
drejtat
which
tona dhe
European
shpresat
and
tona.
Euro-Atlantic security is built.
Mbi parimet
Sovereignty,
ku
freedom, and the right of
drejtësia euroatlantike
nations
është
to
bazuar.
determine their own future. This war carries a devastating human cost.
Kjo luftë ka
Hundreds of
shkaktuar
thousands killed and
qindra dhe
wounded.
mijëra të vrarë.
Hundreds of cities and towns were destroyed.
Qindra qytete dhe
From
fshatra
Mariupol and Bakhmut
janë shkatruar.
to small communities whose names the world often did not even have time to learn.
Duke cituar disa qytete, por fshirë qytete të cilat emrat e tyre nuk njihen më në
17,000
botë.
civilians have been killed, including 684 children.
Janë vrarë mbi
These figures are
680
far from
fëmijë.
final. The number of civilian victims in Mariupol alone may
Vetëm numri i
exceed these
civilëve
totals several
në
times
Mariupol
over.
është disa herë
The
më i
true
lartë.
scale of the tragedy will only be known after the war ends and access to occupied
Të
territory
dhënat
is restored.
zyrtare mbi këto viktima do të
Nearly
mund
11 million
të sigurohen vetëm
Ukrainians
kur
have been
përfundoj
forced
lufta
to flee
dhe të
their
ketë akses
homes.
në terren.
Families separated, children are orphaned.
Kemi parë
lives
familje të
shattered.
ndara, fëmijë e tim.
Approximately 20,000 and according to independent experts, up to 35,000 Ukrainian children have been unlawfully deported to Russia.
Dhe sipas të dhënave mbi 25.000 fëmijë ukrainas janë marrë me forcë dhe janë dërguar në Rusi.
We call upon the international community to make every possible effort to secure the return of Ukrainian children.
Ajo çfarë ne kërkojmë nga autoritetet ndërkombëtare është që të kërkojnë Rusisë në mënyrë që të kthejë fëmijët e marrë peng nga ana e Rusisë.
Today, around 8,000 Ukrainian military personnel and approximately 10,000 civilians
Sot rreth mbi
remain
8.000
in Russian
ushtar
captivity.
Ukrainës dhe mbi 10.000 civil janë
Sexual
marrë
violence
peng nga
and abuse against
Rusia.
prisoners of war and civilians have been documented. There are not abstract accusations.
Nuk janë
These
akuza
are
abstrakte.
established facts of war crimes and crimes against humanity.
Këto janë
which
fakte
have not statute
mbi
of limitations.
krime dhe krime
And
kundër
despite all this,
njerëzimit.
Ukraine stands. During this extremely harsh winter, the aggressor intensified its terrorist tactics.
Gjatë këtij dimri të vështirë, pushtuesi ka përshkallëzuar sulmet e tij terroriste.
As a result of systematic and deliberate attacks,
Si
millions of
pasojë
people
e
in
sulmeve
major cities have been
të
left
koordinuara,
without
mira
heat, water or electricity.
Mira dhe miliona banorë kanë probleme me ujin e pishëm dhe me energjinë elektrike.
Elderly people
Më të moshuarit,
and small children are
si dhe
forced to
fëmijët,
survive in human conditions.
janë të detyruar të
Our
jetojnë në
hospitals
kushte
operate on generators,
mizore,
saving lives under the sound of explosions, missiles,
duke
drones
shtyrë
and
jetën e
bombs.
tyre në zhurmën e
We
shpërthimeve
stand
raketave.
thanks to our brave and unbreakable armed forces and to the selfless dedication of Ukrainian
Por
energy
fal
workers, emergency
ushtarëve
responders,
tanë,
municipal workers, doctors, volunteers,
por edhe
teachers,
të njerëzve
all those
tanë dhe
who
shumë
sustain the
qytetarëve të
resilience of
thjeshtë,
our nation. We stand thanks to teachers who continue
por edhe
educating
të
children in bomb
të mësuesve. Ky është falënderimi i madh që drejtohet atyre, edhe mësuesve të cilët pavarësisht gjithçkaje kanë vijuar
simply can learn.
të
We stand
mësojnë
thanks
fëmijëve.
to a society that has learned not to retreat in the face of unhuman hardship. Ukrainians have answered Russia. We may be without light, without water, without heat, but we are without you. This is the conscious choice
Ukraina
of
mund të
people who choose
jetë
independence
pa
and
dyshim,
democracy.
pa drita, pa ujë,
And
pa
we stand
ushqim, por nuk
because
është
we are
kur
not
pa ju.
alone. I sincerely thank all those who have stood with Ukraine throughout these years, those who provide military and financial assistance,
Ne falenderojmë ata
those
që
who help us survive this winter,
ata që na kanë
sending
mbështetur në mënyrë
generators,
financiare dhe
heaters,
ushtarake.
and equipment for water and electricity supply. This support literally saves lives.
Dhe padyshim kjo mbështetje
My
ka
special
shpëtuar jetë.
gratitude goes to the government and the people of Albania,
Dhe
our reliable
falenderimi
partner, a
kryesor
country
shkon
that
për
knows very
njerëzit dhe
well
qeverinë
the
shqiptare,
price of freedom, wants
cilët na
to
kanë mbështetur
struggle.
pa
In the
kushte.
presence of fellow ambassadors here today, I thank our European and
Dhe në
American
paranitë
friends
shumë
and
ambasadorëve tu
partners
falenderoj dhe
and all people of
ambasadorët
goodwill around the world
dhe shumë shtetet
for their
europiane dhe
solidarity and
miqtanë
support.
europian.
Clear and consistent support for Ukraine sends an essential message.
Mbështetja pa kushte në Ukrainë dërgon një mesazh të qartë
And international law must prevail.
që
After
drejtat
4
ndërkombëtare
years
duhet
of
të
war,
mbizotrojë.
one truth remains clear. For those under attack, there is no such thing as fatigue. Ukraine does not seek a frozen conflict or a fragile compromise. Ukraine seeks a just and lasting peace, a peace that restores our territorial integrity and guarantees security for future generations. That is why Ukraine insists on peace based on real security guarantees. Once before, we trusted security assurances when we gave up the world's third largest nuclear arsenal.
Okej, vijon aktivitetin në qendër të Tiranës, duke folur ambasadori Shkurov i Ukrainës. Do shkojmë në prerje shumë shkurtër publicitare, do rikthehemi sërish.